yesterday? Yeah, I did see that, yeah. Yeah, I know. I saw it and I was like, I haven't read it, but I'm like, ah.
are your teams for both sides? For APIA Leichhardt we have number 1, Anthony Budanis. Number 2, Saya Kambayashi. Number 4, Josh Simmons. Number 5, Jordan Segreto. Number 9, Ben Gibson. Number 14, Jack Armson. Number 15, Temba Watamalo. Number 18, Adrian Chino. Number 22, Edward Caspers. Number 23, Dakota Askew. And number 25, Sean Simmons. And on the bench we have number 8, Nick Sullivan. Number 11, Rory Jordan. Number 19, Luigi Detroyer. Number 20, Alexander Park. Number 30, Alex Denby. Number 41, Nicholas Azonne. And now, for your Sutherland Sharks, we have number 1, Nenad Begic. Number 3, Jordan Roberts. Number 4, Michu Samadelli. Number 6, Samuel Giulisando. Number 7, James Sarkovsky. Number 10, Mason Fernandez. Number 11, Jay McGowan. Number 21, Luke Sawyer. Number 23, Ethan Bevan. Number 26, Jacob Garner. And number 91, John T. Bush. And on the substitute bench, we have number 5, Takehide Umebachi. Number 8, Mohammed Ahmed. Number 9, Max Green. Number 14, Chris Lindsay. Number 27, Matthew Jackson. And number 99, Jacob Kremen Howard. Ladies and gentlemen, your Sutherland Sharks and APIA Leichhardt.
Happy Easter, everyone, and welcome to a scenic Seymour Shore on this beautiful Saturday afternoon in Sydney. And it might only be round 8, but it's already desperation time for the home team, the Sutherland Sharks, as they take on the defending champions, APIA Leichhardt Football Club. For the Sutherland Sharks, if season 2024 was an Easter egg hunt, they would be your younger sibling. Full of effort, lots of heart, but no reward at the moment. The last 3 games, however, though, things seem to be shifting. But as I said before, no reward for what's been positive play. In back-to-back weeks, the Sharks have been sunk by great goals. Firstly, right here against Marconi, a Franco Meyer magnificent goal sunk them after they led for about 70 minutes. And then last week, Bailey Rule's Thunderbolt was the difference as the Sharks sit rock bottom against the defending champions, APIA, who haven't enjoyed the same start to the season as they did in 2023, but like true champions managed to pull something out of the fire last week, down 2-0 against St. George FC, down a man, and still managed to get a result thanks to an ex-Shark, Nick Sullivan, whose 96th-minute equaliser was enough. Sharks manager Steve Zorich makes 4 changes from the side that went down 1-0 to Sydney United as they look to get off the bottom of the New South Wales NPL ladder. In between the sticks, as always, the ex-Wolf Nenad Vekic. Geordie Roberts comes into the team. They are led by their skipper, Mitch Stamatellis. Sam Gulisano is number 6. James Kakowski is number 7. Mason Fernandez is number 10. Their goal scorer, James McGowan, in 11. Luke Sauer into the team in 21, as is Ethan Bevan, Jacob Garner, and back into the team in number 91, Jonty Bush. Sharks to get us underway in their iconic light blue strip, kicking from right to left on your screen with the defending champions, the away side, to get us going from left to right, and they go direct straight away. Their skipper trying to launch one forward for Jay McGowan. The issue for Sutherland this season, the same as it was last year, and that is scoring goals. They come into this round 8 clash having only scored 5 goals in their opening 7 games. The man who the ball is lumped forward for and manages to get a head on has got 3 of them. And for any of you math wizards over there, that is 60% of the Sharks' goals have come from the man who's rocking a beautiful ponytail at the moment, Jay McGowan. He has 3, but goals the issue for Sutherland. And an early injury here, very, very early. And if it doesn't look good, it's Themba Muatamalo. Let's hope that he's okay, because he's going to be pivotal for APIA, as he always is at the heart of that defence. Whilst Themba receives some treatment, let's take a look at Franco Parisi's team. 1 change is forced. That is Jack Stewart, who is suspended. Anthony Bazanis between the 6. Seiya Kambayashi, who was fantastic in the second half. He wears number 2. Josh Simmons. Jordi Segredo, who is one of the signings of the season. He wears number 5. Ben Gibson, whose 3rd goal of the season kick-started the comeback for APIA. The always consistent and amazing Jack Armson in 14. The man who is down at the moment, Themba Muatamalo. Let's hope that he's okay. Another one of APIA's favourite sons, Adrian Okino, is in 18. He is the skipper. Edward Caspers, another great signing by the defending champions. He's in 22. Dakota Askew is one of those changes, a forced one. He comes in 23, as does Sean Simmons, who was very, very good in his second half cameo last week, and he's rewarded with a start as Themba limps off the field. Looks like he'll be coming back on, which is great news for APIA fans. And nice little crowd here. You can't see it because they're on the camera side, but getting some shade as well in this Sydney sun on this Easter weekend of NPL football. 1 of 5 games tonight. This is the first one. Gets us kick-started for the round. And a chance for the Sharks to get off the bottom of the ladder. They sit on 4 points, but it is very, very tight. As you saw with Spirit, who picked up their first win of the year last year, you get a win and then all of a sudden you're breathing a little easier. It's Dakota Askew, who's pressed by McGowan. McGowan still pressing, and Themba showing us the full mobility there on his ankle, which seems to be okay. But a nice high-energy start from Sutherland. Stamatellis nips through. And an early chance for the home side, dancing and weaving on the edge of the box. But getting back there, you want to talk about experience. Josh Simmons mops it up. Lots of new faces in this team for the Sharks, of course. Last season, almost identical start to the season. They had only 1 win in their opening 6. Then went on a run of 6 wins in their next 10 to pull well clear of the relegations. They ended up finishing in 14th, but goals was the issue for a large majority of last season. And in the first 7 rounds of the competition, it's the same here. But can this be the catalyst? The football's been good, as it was last year under Damir Pradanovic. Of course, he's now the assistant at Newcastle. It was a very disjointed season for the Sharks. They're playing great football. Pradanovic goes to the Jets. They're going to be defending this long switch. And that one is going to be allowed to trickle out. It's good to see Jordi Segredo back in his number 17 as well. I'm not ultra superstitious, but been wearing 17 for a majority of the season. Wore 5 last week and ended his run of scoring in 5 of the opening 6 games, but he's back in that beautiful 1-7, and let's see if he can get back on the score sheet. The ex-Mariner, one of the signs of the season. Here's Stamatellis bursting forward and showing off some silky feet as well. Physiotherapist, Mitch Stamatellis. They're usually known for their hands, but he's the full package. Hands, feet, head. He's going to be defending this attack, though, from APIA as they send the ball in, headed away comfortably there by Garner, but it's still with APIA. Out on that far side with the sun beaming down on this beautiful Saturday afternoon at a scenic Seymour Shore. APIA going to have to do it without one of the players of the season last year, Jack Stewart. Picked up a red card in what looked like it was going to be a miserable night down at Rockdale. Here APIA looking to cut it back for Gibson, who was waiting there, looking to get back on the score sheet. Scored his 3rd goal of the season after making the move from Sydney FC. Nice start here from both teams, but a good little response from APIA. Armson to take the corner. Double hands up. That means business. Floats it to the back post, and it goes over everyone and out for a goal kick. Which they take short. Bush back into the team. He was red carded in that crazy game against Spirit where 3 players were sent off. Now he's back in the team, and here he is on the ball, hounded down by Segredo, and it's a bit of head tennis. And Stamatellis gets up there, and they can't bring the ball down at the moment, but now they do. Aquino gets a little toe forward to Gibson. And now here come Sutherland. Can they break? And Mason Fernandez on the ball a little bit earlier. Great signing from the Wanderers. Now calls Sutherland home, looking for more regular football, wearing the number 10 of the Sharks. And they send the ball long. And that is easy pickings for Simmons. This little bit of foot volley going on at the moment. Here we go. Bush brings it down. He's got Stamatellis making the venture forward. He chips it over his head, and Simmons once again. He had to be good because he had Kukowski breathing down his neck, but he sends it long, and they get a fortuitous bounce. Can Gibson tow it through? No, he can't. Good work there from Jacob Garner. Lots of new faces. Garner's a familiar one. He was here last season. Gibson on the ball now. The ex-Sydney FC youth product skipping away from the challenge from Mason Fernandez and asking for the ball back, and he doesn't get it. 4 Sharks there to dispossessing. Kambayashi toes the ball forward. And the shot is blocked. So the referee's called for a whistle because we've got 2 balls on the field. How's that happened? I had the pleasure of calling that game last week down at Rockdale between St George and APIA looked gone. A couple inspired substitutions from their manager, Franco Parisi. Lots of activity down that left-hand side. Was the catalyst in the comeback, and I'm sure we're going to see APIA get busy down there again. It was Kambayashi, Shawnee Simmons as well, who came off the bench last week, rewarded with a start. Simmons brothers, 2 of APIA's favourite sons. Sutherland looked to get us restarted and get win number 2 of the season, and it would be a priceless one. Dakota Askew, one of 2 changes from Franco Parisi into the side, goes for the long switch for his opposite fullback. Something beautiful about seeing 2 fullbacks switch the ball and look for the little reverse pass as well. Plays it to Armson. Lovely 1-2 between Gibson and Upson. It's Gibson at the near post, and he nearly threaded it through everyone. I don't think the keeper knew too much about it. Neither did the Sutherland players, and once it passed them, it was heart in, mouth up, and an early warning shot there. Down that left-hand side, it was beautiful link-up play between Gibson and Armson, and Gibson showed off his pace last week. St George played a high line, and he managed to unlock it, and he nearly unlocked the Sutherland defence there. As Vekic tries to go for Bush, but it's a little bit over his head. And APIA currently sitting in 6th. Still a great start to the season, but when you compare it to their start the season before, it seems a little bit average, but it's certainly not 4 wins, 2 losses and a draw in their opening 7. And of course, finals is back in 2024 as well, which means that it's not season over if you don't make a great start like they did last season. They currently sit in that finals position in 6th place. Of course, our leaders at the moment are the Wonder Kids from Western Sydney, who you can catch in our match of the round a little bit later tonight against St. George FC. The voice of the NPL, Tony Tunis, will be calling that one, and the queen of the socials, Samantha Yeoman, will be doing her thing on the Football New South Wales YouTube, so I beg your pardon, the Instagram, so make sure that you check that out. And of course, you can catch every game of the New South Wales NPL season live and free on YouTube. Doesn't get much better than that, and Sutherland do well to stop that one going out for a corner. But they're going to have to defend an up your throw. Askew, hounded down by McGowan, one of those new signings I was talking about. He made the move from St. George FC. 3 goals this season. Lovely pass. And they looked for another one. It was Kino's pass. They're looking for Armson. And now can Sutherland break? It's Roberts bursting down that right-hand side. He tried to pass through for Kakowski, who I have a feeling may have been offside if he did get that ball, but Josh Simmons has been busy early, getting there once again. Armson, a little bit of space, switches it out right to go to Askew, who's bursting forward. He's got Segredo ahead of him, and he finds him. Segredo holds the ball up, showing off a little bit of pace as well, and vision if he can find the pass. It falls back to Segredo, goes outside of the boot. What a goal by Jordi Segredo. We've seen some amazing goals this season. That might be the pick of the bunch. Wow. Jordi Segredo with outside of the boot. Putting that one where the Spiders live as well. That is one of the goals of the season. Unbelievable strike. And APIA lead 1-0. Wowee, what a goal. Let's see how the Sharks respond. 12 minutes gone. Jordi Segreto's outside of the boot thunderbolt. The difference so far, we've seen some amazing goals this season, but wowee, it started out on that right-hand side. He played the 1-2, he got the ball back. And the ex-Mariner is showing why he is one of these signings, if not the signing of the season. Sharks looking to respond straight away. About 13 minutes gone. If you're just joining us now, the home team's stunned by Jordi the Sniper Segredo. Stamatellis venturing forward, and there's something. Well, I spoke about the number curse. Jordi Segredo has won 17 this season, went to 5, didn't score, goes back into 17, gets the goal, but there's a little bit of a trend emerging, and it's Sutherland, Sharks, cop some absolute golazos this season. That's now 3 in a row. Franco Meyer's winner here a few weeks ago was incredible. And last week, they lost thanks to a Bailey Rule thunderbolt, and now Jordi Segreto's outside of the boot, top corner, the full package. Poor old Nenad Vekic. There's nothing he could have done about that. Throw taken short. Segredo full of confidence. Not that he needs any more of it because he's been fantastic this season. That's goal number 6 now for the ex-Mariner. And APIA have made a few great signings, Edward Caspers as well, but Geordie Segredo could be the best signing in the NPL this season. They look to go again, and Geordie Roberts auditioning for the Cronulla Sharks there with that tackle. And Shawnee Simmons sees the funny side of it, and that is the definition of a tactical foul. It's going to be Kambayashi to take the free kick. Sutherland and this crowd stunned by that Geordie Segredo goal. That is the difference so far. It's going to be Kambayashi to take the free kick. He goes for a little low fizzer, and it fizzes past everyone and out for a goal kick. Much better start to this game from the champions compared to last week, where they were second best for a good 75 minutes of that game until some late heroics. Nick Sullivan, his rocket, rescued a point for APIA. Of course, he played for the Sharks last season, and good to see Sully back and stringing some games together as well, because when he does, he is quality. Vekic goes long. Absolutely nothing he could have done about the opening goal, scored by Geordie Segredo, who now has 6 for the season. Some familiar faces up there in the goal-scoring rates, but some new ones as well, and Geordie Segredo is right up there with the likes of Alec Udoshevsky and Nathaniel Blair as well of Western Sydney. Not even a third of the season gone yet, and it's going to be Jonty Bush to get us restarted. He goes for the long throw looking for Roberts, and Sulkino brings it down. Segredo now showing off that passing range, and it's Caspers, another one of these new gun signings from Franco Parisi. Simmons looks for the diagonal ball. Flag stays down. It's Gibson. Cuts in on his left foot, still with Gibson, and straight in to the hands of Nenad Vekic. And Roberts looks to tap it through, and now he's a victim of a foul there, and he pops himself straight back up, and the referee keeps cards in the pocket for now. And that was another little warning shot there from APIA. Lovely diagonal ball for Gibson. Flag stayed down. It was right in front of the touch. He wasn't going to get a better view than that. The show was low, and shot was never really testing Nenad Vekic. And here he is on the ball now. The ex-Wollongong Wolf started every game this season between the sticks for Sutherland, and the Sharks on the back foot once again. Segredo cuts in. Why wouldn't you? Ball falls to the feet of Gibson, looking to get past 2 Sharks defenders, and he can't. And now Sutherland look to break, and it was audacious from Mason Fernandez, and Ukino, the veteran, read it like a book. Askew throws a little step over in, and a ball to the near post. Headed back to Askew, and now it's Armson. To the captain, Ukino, looking for that diagonal ball for Simmons. Can he bring it down? Yes, he can. The angle just a little bit too tight. He sends that one over, and then at Vekic's crossbar. And his players will be feeling it at the moment. Just about 10-5 here. Beautiful Sutherland district of Sydney is seeing a beautiful day, and be nice and hot on that AstroTurf as well, but the sun, I think it's done its harshest work already. It's on its way down, and there's a bit of shade now. Franco Parisi showing that he's still got it there with that little backheel touch. And the maestro Parisi would be very happy with what he's seen so far. One of his stars scoring a goal that I'm sure is going to do the rounds all over social media. Can the Sharks respond? Not going to do it just yet, although Geordie Roberts gets back there with a key interception and a lovely little back heel there. Mason Fernandez turns. It's Caspers who wins it, though. That was brilliant, and it was audacious there from Ukino, the veteran. Simmons floats it to the back stick, looking for Gibson, but it goes over. Both these teams didn't have ideal starts to the season. Sharks opened up their season with a 3-1 loss to Western Sydney, which, judging by how Andrew Christensen's team has gone in the first 7 rounds, that's not a bad result as well at all. They were 1-0 up for a portion of that game before going down 3-1, and of course APIA, everyone was stunned when they lost 6-3 to Blackdown. They were down 6-1 at one stage, and they have bounced back. Of course, they have very high standards in Sydney's Inner West, and when they lost their second game in their opening 4 against St George City, maybe a couple people were getting a little bit nervous, but a big Debbie D'Italia win over Marconi, a comeback win a week later, just put to bed any of those nerves, and then they followed that up with a win over one of their traditional rivals, Sydney Olympic, where we saw Jack Stewart score an amazing goal. And then that comeback last week. But they'll be looking for 3 points, because even though it's finals this season, they want to set themselves up in the best position possible to go back-to-back. They're going to have to defend this venture forward in the meantime. And a little bit of pace here. Still going. This is lovely football. And it's sent over the bar. First chance from Sutherland. It was Kakowski. Lovely work down the right-hand side. Cut in for James Kakowski, and he couldn't keep his shot down, and that was a huge chance for the Sharks. And that chance there's just woken up the home fans who are sitting directly under me as well. Lovely football. You get us restarted, sure. This is going to... all the ingredients of a fantastic game so far, and that was a nice little reply from the home team. Go long, and Garner was at full stretch there, and he had to head that one away, otherwise up you're in once again. James Kakowski's chance was Sutherland's first real chance of the game, and it was a big one. Kakowski looking for goal number 2 of the season. He scored a great goal against Blacktown. And Sutherland nearly came back from 3 goals down. It's Kambayashi's cross headed away. Ball's still there at the edge of the box. Sutherland unable to deal with it completely. It's back to Ukino, who flushes it out to his right back, Askew. Going up against McGowan, and Askew plays it back to his captain. Sends in a rocket launcher to Askew. McGowan getting back there and helping out, and he'll be happy that that one hit Jordi Segredo, and for a relieving throw for the Sharks. Stanatellis has looked good so far and playing slightly more advanced number 6 role and pulling the strings a little bit, but his team's on the back foot once again, and a little bit of confusion here. There's a whistle from the referee, and hold it back for a previous incident, and here we go again. Ukino looking for his left back with the long switch, and he finds him. And Yashi going up against Roberts. Yashi happy to play it back for Armson now, looking for the 1-2 with Simmons, and he's APIA on the ball again. Jordi Segredo's goal, an absolute screamer, the difference. Here he is, back in number 17, back on the score sheet as well. Segredo. He's it back to Dakota Askew, who's been good, back into the team. One of 2 changes from Franco Parisi. He goes for the big switch to his opposite fullback. We've seen him do that a couple times. So outside of the boot, Caspers does well to bring it down, and it's another amazing goal from APIA. Caspers, I don't know how he managed to control that, but not only did he control it with a beautiful touch, he then drilled it into the bottom corner as well, and APIA have stunned the home team with 2 absolute rockets. The champions lead 2-0. Wow. The 2 new signings getting on the score sheet for APIA. Edward Caspers, the ex-Bull. And that one was drilled in. That was like a bull. Segredo, poor old Sutherland, been stunned by two. Absolute screamers, and they're not done yet. He managed to control that. It was an outside of the boot. I'm going to call it a cross that Caspers managed to control, and then on the volley, drill into the bottom corner, and they're not done yet. Apia, Kambayashi, lovely turn. Plays Simmons, in for a bit of room on the edge of the box. Shouts of offside. Flag stays down, still with Apia, and that pass gives Sutherland a chance to compose themselves. If you're just joining us now, Apia's two new signings have both scored amazing goals. Jordi Segredo, the ex-Mariner, with my early contender for goal of the season. Dakota Askew, lovely control. Does well to get around Stamatellis as well, and the pass is just slightly under hit. I gave him the commentator's curse then. I'm sorry, Dakota, and it's Roberts now. If he can, I tell you what, if he got a shot away, it's a screamers only policy today at Seymour Shore. Gibson. As I was saying, Segredo's goal number 6 of the season, and Edward Caspers. Equally impressive goal. It was did amazing to just control it off his chest and then drill it into the bottom corner. Nothing then that Vekic could do about either, and somehow that pass has found its way through. Sutherland fans can't believe it because their team is on the back foot once again, drilled low and hard. And danger not over yet, it's Armstrong who forces a good save by Nenad Vekic, who would have had his heart in his mouth as that one bounced, and it took a favourable bounce for Sutherland, but the danger's not over yet. Lovely football once again from Apia. Armstrong to take the corner. His shot earned it. Apia 2 goals up. That one's floated to the near post, and it's a free header as well for Shawnee Simmons. And I don't know how he was given that much space in the centre of the box, but Vekic with a comfortable save. And Waitamalo unable to deal with that one. Maybe lost it in the sun, but no worries because Simmons on the ball now, goes for the outside of the boot. Lovely ball for Jordi Segredo, who fizzes it low and hard and outside of the boot. Shouts of a pen, half-hearted shouts. Gibson stayed down for Apia. We'll check on him in a second because Sutherland have given the ball away, and it's Apia really starting to turn the screws here at Seymour Shores. Now they've been urged to kick it out because Ben Gibson has stayed down. That was a lovely move started by Shawnee Simmons outside of the boot for Dakota Askew, who just fizzed it to the near post, and Gibson chucked a little back heel on the end of it. And Sutherland, they're going to make an early change, it looks like. They are. It's going to be James Kokowski who comes off for Max Green in number 9. Can't work out if that's tactical or injury at the moment, but Sutherland's number 7 making way. They did have their best chance when the score was at 1-0. Lovely work down the Souther right-hand side. Cut back for Kokowski, who couldn't keep it down for his 2nd goal of the season, and he makes way early. Maxi Green chucked on the number 9 now, as Sutherland push for something that they've struggled to do, and that's score goals in season 2024, and they're going to really have to climb a mountain now to get back into this game and get off the foot of the ladder as well, where they currently sit 16th out of 16 here in New South Wales. Dakota Askew was bursting forward. He wanted the ball from Temba Muatamalo, but the veteran just happy to play it short to his centre-back partner, and APIA happy to just control the ball methodically like they're doing now, and then apply the killer touch like they did through Segredo and Kaspers. Kambayashi's continued his run, and the flag stayed down, but Vekic alert. Poor Nenad Vekic, nothing he could do about either of the APIA goals. Jonty Bush. Metellus has been composed. Although commentators curse strikes again because Kambayashi's intercepted. It's still Kambayashi, and Fernandez did well to get back there, and the Sharks get a relieving free kick, which they take quickly. A bit of urgency creeping in now, definitely from their manager, Steve Zorich, who made an early first half substitution. James Kokowski making way for Max Green, who you'll see now fighting with Simmons. With both Simmons brothers, actually. APIA really starting to turn the screws here at Seymour Shaw. This is what their manager, Franco Parisi, would have dreamt of a first half like this after how poor they were in the opening half last week. Out there in full control here on this Easter Saturday. Guatemala looks for that dinked long ball, and it's allowed to bounce. And eventually dealt with. Jonty Bush once again. Bush on the ball, he's hounded down by Okino, who's been great in the first half. APIA's captain. One of the kings of Leichhardt, and they go for that dinked ball forward, and Ghana does well there to cut the pass off because Gibson is quick, like he showed last week. Stamatellis. Mason Fernandez going shoulder to shoulder. Getting the better there of Askew, and lovely putting it through the legs. Temba Muatamalo, but Jack Armstrong gets back there. Beautiful tackle to stop anything else eventuating. That was lovely work. Stamatellis to play with his back to goal for the majority of this first half, because APIA have really been dialing up the pressure now. Ghana. Jordy Robertson. Misplaced pass. Frustration starting to creep in for the home team. Kaspers, who's been almost perfect this first half, rewarded with a goal. Those two new signings, both been two of the signings of the season, both on the score sheet. Here is Muatamalo. Joshy Simmons been showing off his passing range, particularly loving the outside of the boot. Lovely touch from Jack Armson. Dakota Askew trying to bring that ball down, and Segredo thought he got a nudge in the back, and the referee agrees. You're going to take it quickly. Tsukino looks for the switch for Simmons. Middle way. Agulisano, and now they play on. Here is Max Green, the fresh legs of the first half substitute. Bursting down the right-hand side. He's looking for a player for support. He tried to find Mason Fernandez, but Muatamalo toes that one away. Both of Sutherland's chances, if you can call that one a chance, came down that right-hand side, and it was Max Green thrown on in the first half by his manager there, showing off the fresh legs. Still yet to get on the score sheet in season 2024, Max Green. One of a host of new faces here at Seymour Shaw. Right now, the home team dealing with a barrage from the defending champions, who are flexing their muscles at the moment. They lead by 2-0. Kambayashi. Plays Simmons. Looks for the cross, and it was Gibson. It managed to fall agonizingly close to the right boot of Ben Gibson, who was centimeters away from poking that one in for three. It beat everyone at the near post, and thankfully for Nenad Vekic in the Sutherland goal. And it ended up beating everyone and going out for a goal kick, but another ominous sign for the home team. APIA looking dangerous down both flanks. It was that left-hand side, which was money last week. Kambayashi and Simmons were the catalyst of that comeback, and they were nearly the catalyst of a third goal, which would feel like be an absolute killer, even with so long to go. And it's going to be Kambayashi on the ball once again. He's got Simmons bursting in front of him. He decides to play his number 9. Lovely little back heel for Caspers, and Bevan does enough there. It's a fortuitous ricochet as well, and it's out for a goal kick. Haven't seen too much of Sutherland's top goal scorer yet, Jay McGowan. Might just be at the bottom corner of your screen. Get to see him leave his mark there. St. George Saint, scorer of 60% of the Sharks' goals this season, 3 out of 5. And Stamatellis going up against Ukino. There's two NPL veterans right there, and Segredo, lovely one-touch football with Armson, and he looks to play it through for Gibson, who was just a little bit too early there. Now, linesman had the box office seat for that one. He was directly in front of it. Flag up straight away. But right now, if you're a Sharks fan, it's pick your poison, because APIA look dangerous down both flanks. Just when Askew and Simmons start turning the screws, then they switch it to the left, and it's Kambayashi. Kambayashi and Simmons on the left-hand side, and Segredo on the ball now, plays it back to Askew, who's been a good inclusion so far by Franco Parisi. He's been busy down that right-hand side, linking up with the scorer of the opening goal, Jordan Segredo. If you're just joining us now, I recommend, at halftime, you scroll back and take a look at the 2 goals we've been treated to today. First one from Jordi Segredo, absolutely outstanding. The second one was also very good, and they go for the switch looking for Simmons, who I think may have lost that one in the sun. But beautiful thing about YouTube, of course, you can pause, you can scrub it back. So I highly recommend you do that at halftime, of course. You don't want to miss a second of this. All APIA at the moment. To thread the needle through for Jordi Segredo. Delicate pass for Gibson, who's got a lot of space on the edge of the box, and he plays it across goal. And Vekic had to be alert once again, and thankfully for him, well, no APIA players on the end of that one, and he showing off his arm. Plays it for Mason Fernandez. Stamatellis went for the beautiful switch, and I think that was a case of thought he was there without looking to see if he was there. Rare error from the Sutherland captain, who had a laugh at his own expense. Moatamalo went down. I thought it looked like an ankle injury in the first 2 minutes of this game. Thankfully, though, for APIA, popped straight back up after receiving a little bit of treatment, and right now, his team preserving a 2-goal lead. That's very uncharacteristic, though, from Caspers. It's McGowan, who hasn't had too much space, plays it out wide for Jonty Bush, who didn't see that McGowan had continued his run. And here are Sutherland on the ball once again. Stamatellis showing off that passing range, and it was Simmons with the key touch there, because Geordie Roberts was in. It wouldn't have mattered anyway because he was offside. Kambayashi on the ball now. APIA looking very good for their 2-goal lead. Of course, they dropped 2 games in their opening 4, but they are unbeaten in their last 3, despite, I'm sure their manager, Franco Parisi, wouldn't have seen too many positives from their overall performance last week, despite getting a fantastic result. APIA were well below their high standards for a majority of that game. But playing like champions today, and 2 champions-worthy goals from Jordan Segredo and Edward Caspers are the difference. Lovely football once again. Kambayashi, if he could pick the pass out, well, I'll tell you what, if he could have picked that pass out, he would have been a magician, because there were 3 Sutherland players between it and Jordy Segredo, and it is sent out for a corner. Should be taken by Jack Armson, who will have that afternoon sun directly in his eyes. He plays it short, and then gets the ball on a better angle, and he floats it into the near post. And out forwards for Aquino. And that one nearly dropped under the post, but Vekic always had it covered. Thinking the ball over, looking for the fresh legs of Max Green. Will it sit up on that AstroTurf? No, it will not. Jack Armson. Askew into the side, one of 2 changes. One was forced, of course. Jack Stewart suspended. Dakota Askew in for Nicholas Arzorne. He's doing a fine job down that right-hand side, as is his opposite fullback, Saya Kambayashi, who's on the ball now. He's got 2 APIA players waiting in the middle. One of them is Gibson, and that is 3-0 for APIA. And that is the cherry on top of what has been a perfect first half performance by the defending champions, who are flexing their muscles here at Seymour Shore. It's APIA 3, Sutherland 0. Beautiful football down that left-hand side. Saya Kambayashi gets the reward for what's been a very, very good first half. And Ben Gibson has goals in back-to-back weeks. He has his 4th of the season now, and APIA, they are playing like defending champions this afternoon, and they are running away with this football game. Still about 4 minutes to go in the first half, but it's the home team, the rock-bottom home team, 0. APIA, the defending champions, well and truly playing like it right now, 3. And that Vekic goes long, and Maxi Green tried to flick it on for McGowan. If anyone's going to pull the rabbit out of the hat, you have a feeling like Sutherland's number 11 is going to be the architect of it. Of course, the Sharks were 3-0 down against Blacktown and managed to set up a grandstand finish in that game, pulling 2 goals back. They're going to need some more of that magic if they're going to get out of this with something. But APIA might have another one. No, just couldn't sit up for Jack Armson, who was in, and Garner hit the deck, and it's all going wrong for Sutherland. Stamatellis trying to make something happen. Roberts going up against Kambayashi. It's a short for Stamatellis, going shoulder to shoulder with Edward Caspers, who is an absolute bulldog in midfield, of course. Showed that he's a Swiss Army knife of a midfielder as well, scoring a great second goal, and their 3rd goal, APIA's, which was started by this man on the ball, Saya Kambayashi, was just beautiful, clinical football. It was finished off by this man who's full of confidence now, the ex-Sydney FC youth product. He has 4 goals this season. And trying to get the ball back off Caspers, who was a full stretch. Simmons trying to burst forward. It's Okino on the ball now. Dakota Askew screaming for it. Jordy Segredo in front of him. Decides to cut back in, rides the challenge of Jonty Bush. Sutherland made an early first half change. James Tchaikovsky coming off. Beg your pardon, Kukovsky. Switch. For Segredo, it's Dakota Askew. Lovely ball for Jack Armson, and it's 4. Can you believe it? APIA have their 4th goal here at Seymour Shaw. A clinical performance from APIA Leichhardt Football Club. Jack Armson gets in on the act now. It is 4-0, and it's only the first half. Absolute scenes here at Seymour Shaw. If you're an APIA fan, you'd be loving it. If you're a Sutherland Sharks fan, you would be in disbelief at what you're seeing. Jack Armson gets in on the act. Two minutes of added time. 4 goals to 0. APIA lead, and they've been, maybe by some, criticised of making a slow start to the season, not looking their best. They are well and truly looking like defending champions this afternoon. Saya Kambayashi's been brilliant. I tell you what, I'd hate to be doing the 3-2-1 because there's so many candidates. This man's definitely one of them. Kambayashi flag stays down. Surely there can't be more. The score is 4 goals to 0. Bouncing ball. Jonty Bush lets it bounce a couple too many times. Just to poke it through for McGowan, and him and Bush just not on the same wavelengths, and he's all going wrong for Sutherland. APIA lead by 4 goals to 0. Armson to take the corner. Surely we can't get a 5th. Armson, the scorer of the 4th. Can he be the provider of the 5th? Not yet. It falls to Moatamalo. He's been a little bit more selfish there. Tried to just send it back into the mixer, and he's earned his team another. Corner which Armson trots over to the opposite side to take. Perfect performance so far from APIA. Armson to take the corner. Fizzed in, Nenad Vekic palms it away. Could ask you, lurking, and an absolutely insane scoreline here at Seymour Shaw. A lot of people would have expected rock bottom Sutherland Sharks to make a response or a statement here in the opening half, but no one would have predicted this scoreline. The defending champions, APIA Leichhardt Football Club, lead the Sutherland Sharks, the home team, by 4 goals to 0 at halftime. We'll be back soon, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back after one of the most crazy 45 minutes we just witnessed here at Seymour Shore. A lot of people would have expected a response, particularly from the team sitting rock bottom in the New South Wales NPL. The home team back at home, been good the last few weeks as well. Results haven't gone their way, but the signs were pointing upwards. But they have fallen victim to a demolition from the defending champions. It was a screamer-only policy in the opening 2 goals. Jordi Segredo's goal will get the praise that it deserves, but equally impressive was Edward Casper's controlled and then drive finish. And then 2 more goals to Ben Gibson and Jack Armson have the defending champs absolutely cruising. The home team staring down the barrel of another defeat, which will leave them rock bottom. It is the team leading by 4-0 APIA that get us underway, and they will be going from right to left on your screen here on the Football New South Wales YouTube, where you can catch every game of the New South Wales NPL season live and free. You've got a smart TV at home, you can whack it on the TV, and you can multitask as well, because there's a lot of other games going on this weekend. Of course, Sydney Olympic and Wollongong playing as we speak, and I recommend that you stay on this game though. Even though it's 4-0, a lot of people would say, oh, game over. So we've seen APIA at their very best. This man's goal got the party started so far. And Tolkino, who was hooked at half-time last week, but a solid performance in this game here at Seymour Shore from the APIA captain, as does the entire APIA team, and just absolutely nothing has gone right for Sutherland. Victim of 2 golazos and had really any clear-cut chances apart from one to Kikowski, who couldn't keep his shot down, and then he was hooked for Max Green. But apart from that, it has been all APIA. Apart from watching nervously that Kikowski shot go over the bar and taking goal kicks, Bazanis in that APIA goal has not had too much to do. He'll be getting a 10 this half as well, because the sun was covered on the opposite side, but he'll be basking in it in this second half, and his team leads by 4-0, and Guatemala and Simmons were playing them on here, and a chance for Sutherland to hit straight back. But they can't. The shot is sprayed wide, and it's just been that type of day for the home team. Maxi Green was in, and a couple of people maybe thought he was miles offside, but he wasn't, because he was getting played on by the 2 APIA centre-backs who were hanging back there, and Maxi Green just couldn't control his shot. First half substitute. Nice touch there, though, from Green. Stamatellis on the ball now. Sutherland making a first half change. Takahita Umabachi has also come on at half time, as well as Matthew Jackson. So 3 changes already from the home team as they look to just start something. Comeback talk might be crazy, but just get a goal. At worst, put some respectability on this scoreline, but they haven't been awful in this first half. Just victims to 2 amazing goals, and then just clinical APIA football. And it's going to be the away team that get a relieving free kick. Kambayashi was brilliant in that first half, and he got the reward that his performance deserved, and that was an assist for the third goal, and he was challenged late by Stamatellis, but they play on. And they play it out wide to Segredo, who tries to float it to the back post, ricochets and falls back, and then buried into the back of the net. It's another APIA goal. And there's a whistle. It's going to be a yellow card for a previous challenge. It just goes from... It's Ben Gibson's goal now. He has a double. And it just goes from bad to worse. For the Sutherland Sharks, the home team, who find themselves 5-0 down. Benny Gibson has a double. And APIA have 3 points here, you would think, unless there would be a comeback that would make Istanbul look like a 0-0 draw. 5-0. Can they pull something back? They find themselves 5 goals down. They've only scored 5 goals this season. This is a result, I'm sure, that will really get people talking. They found themselves at the bottom of the ladder, and they've been positive results in their last few weeks, but this is alarm bells ringing time if you're a fan of the Sutherland Sharks. And that ball is long, and did well to keep it in. It was Jonty Bush out there, and he, like a majority of Sutherland players, just having to feed off scraps, particularly down that left-hand side, where we were excited to see him and McGowan. Flag stays down. This is another chance. It's Siemens. And it's a good save by Nenad Vekic. Ball still there, though. Shouts of a handball. And it is a free kick for APIA, so Shawnee Simmons tries to get in on the act. Ben Gibson now with 5 goals this season for APIA. He's right underneath Jordi Segredo, who has 6. Scored his 6th today. That's getting tight there in the APIA top goal scoring ranks, and there could be more here from this free kick. Ball floated to the middle of the box. It's a good ball too, and it was Simmons who couldn't get clean contact on it. And Shawnee Simmons has done everything right this game except score. He was in on goal about a minute before, and about 30 seconds later, won a free kick. Nearly had another goal there, as APIA really showing that they mean business. This is by far and away their best performance in season 2024. They thread the needle. They could have another one as Stamatellis with a big tackle. Otherwise, Jack Armstrong was in for his 2nd, and APIA's 6th. Headed through. They might still get their 6. It's Gibson, and the flag went up anyway, and that wouldn't have mattered because it was cleared off the line. But Benny Gibson showed off his pace last week, but just showing off his ice cool finishing with a double. And as I said, I'd hate to be doing the 3-2-1 today because so many APIA players would be in contention for the 3. And so one of them is their centre back. Both of them have been rock solid. The Sharks have had to feed off scraps in this game, and that is why they find themselves down by 5-0. You can see the under-20s warming up in the top right of your screen. That's because they're playing after. 18s played before. It was a fiery game, the under-18s. There were cards dished out. Crowd was getting fired up. So this game sandwiched between 2 others, and the main event being the 20s. Maybe that has something to do with the heat. But if you're sticking around, you're going to get treated. 3 games of football here at Seymour Shore. Right now, though, nothing for the home team to cheer about as they find themselves down by 5 goals. Now, I was talking about the man of the match stakes. This man throwing the ball would be a huge shout. Seiya Kambayashi. Simmons. Of course, the perfect mix in this team of youth and experience, with Simmons being the experience linking up with the youth there of Dakota Askew, whose ball for Segredo just couldn't be controlled, and he's dispossessed. And even though they're 5 goals up, you know Franco Parisi will want that clean sheet, and this man on the ball will want his hat-trick. In fairness to Nenad Vekic, nothing he could have done about any of these goals today. It has just been an absolute avalanche on that Sharks goal, and it's Moata Malo now. APIA showing no signs of slowing down either. They've got plenty of firepower on that bench. Rory Jordan, Luigi Di Troia, who was great off the bench last week. And it's a risky pass from Moata. It falls to Stamatelis, and Mitch Stamatelis. Not that time for the Sharks captain. I'm still waiting for that physiotherapy off him. There's Robbie Speranza. Maybe they can work on the busted up knee. Two of the great physios and personalities of our league, Mitch Stamatelis and Robbie Speranza. We wish Robbie all the best as he makes his way back from an ACL injury. Both he and his brother Giorgio playing for Rockdale now. Of course, have enjoyed a great start to 2024. Going to be one of the contenders for these guys. APIA flexing their muscles. Askew has been dynamite down that right-hand side, as has Segredo, like he always is. Here he is on the ball, going against Bush. Cuts in on his left. Plays it for Caspers. Oh, wanted the 1-2. It might still fall for APIA here. It's Armson with 3 Sharks players there. And Stamatelis, always cool as well. Now he ends up with the ball in a little bit of space. Maxi Green. He's looking for McGowan, who might have been offside. It won't matter anyway, because the APIA backline doing what they've done all half, and all game, I should say, and that's cut off supplies to Jay McGowan. Haven't seen the Sharks' top goal scorer get any real sight of goal so far here at Seymour Shore. It's just been one of those days. It's an underhit pass, and it nearly fell for Gibson, who almost had a gift for his hat-trick. The alarm bells were ringing early in the season for Sutherland, but as I said, they had seemed to turn it around in the last few weeks. After that first win of the season, 2 very good performances, going down here to Marconi, a game they led for more than an hour. And then last week, going down 1-0 to Sydney United. This will be an alarming low of the season so far. There's still plenty more football to be played, though. Of course, this round 8 out of 30 in season 2024, so there's still a lot of football to be played. And it is tight down the bottom there as well. Sutherland came into the round equal on points with the Mariners, and Hills, St George FC, Manly, Spirit and Olympic all equal on 6 points. So 14th to 10th all on equal points. In what is shaping up to be the tightest and most competitive season of New South Wales NPL football ever, with finals back, and it looks like Rory Jordan and a former Shark, Nick Sullivan, are going to come on. And they are coming on in totally different circumstances than what they came on to last week. And it's Stamatelis who's ventured forward. Mitch Stamatelis with a little bit of pace cuts it back, and he was urged on by the fans. They would have wanted him to be a bit more selfish there. It's Fernandez still with Sutherland. A chance to get on the score sheet. McGowan with his first sight of goal, but the Sharks' top goal scorer never testing Bazanis there, who's had a very quiet Easter Saturday afternoon so far. And you got Stamatelis bursting forward with that beautiful, bold melon of his, was firing up the Sutherland fans who are sitting directly under me. This is not going to fire them up at all because they are in. Is it going to be 6? It's a little bit of a heavy touch. Gibson gets around the goalkeeper. He tries to square it for Simmons, and it somehow stays out. Unselfish there from Gibson, who was on a hat-trick, rounded the goalkeeper, tried to square it up for Simmons, but Sutherland send it out for a quarter. And that will be Shawnee Simmons' last involvement in this game, because he's going to make way. Great shift down that left-hand side. And the scorer of the second goal, which was a screamer, Edward Caspers, has been fantastic today. He makes way for Nick Sullivan.
Number 8, Nick Sullivan, and number 11, Rory Jordan.
Double change from APIA, who are absolutely cruising here at Seymour Shore, and headed to the back post, and leaping above the pack was Temba Muata Marlow, and it is 6-0. You're hearing that correctly. It's Sutherland 0, APIA, the defending champion, 6. Temba Muata Marlow leaping up at the back post, and he makes it 6. Wowee. Wow. It has been a ruthless performance from APIA, who just made a double change. Rory Jordan and Nick Sullivan, the former Shark, coming on for Edward Caspers and Sean Simmons. And Temba Muatamalo's been rock solid at the back. He went down after a couple of minutes, carried on, and he now has a 6. The former Sydney FC man, played with Alessandro Del Piero, one of the veterans of this competition, and the heartbeat of that back line. Gets a deserved goal. I'll tell you what, his centre-back partner's been very good as well. Wata Marlow puts APIA 6 goals up, and Bazanis getting a touch. And he had a little bit to do there, Simmons, but he does well, and he earns his team a free kick. No, he doesn't. Stamatellis plays on in a little bit of space as well, which the crowd loves. Stamatellis whips it in. It's a great ball. It was a fantastic ball by Mitch Stamatellis, but the header from Max Green is wide. I guess that's all they can do, Sutherland, is just play positive football. See if they can get a goal or two. And it's just damage limitation now. And Stamatellis has found himself in a bit of space on a couple of occasions. There was a good ball picking out Maxi Green, but Green unable to steer it goalward, and his team still 6 down. 6 goals by 5 different goal scorers. Ben Gibson is on a hat-trick. He was waiting for the run there, and they thread it through, looking for Rory Jordan, the ex-Jet. Kambayashi still tenacious, even 6 up, not giving up. They want to preserve this clean sheet as well. Sutherland not dropping their head, though, looking for a goal. Max Green, it'd be his first of the season, maybe an opportunity for a few players to get off the nudie run. Ukino leaves it out wide to Dakota Askew. That change by Franco Parisi's been an inspired one. Dakota Askew bringing him into the starting team for today's game. Him and this man on the ball here, Jordi Segredo, in wreaking havoc. Stamatellis has been good in a losing effort, like he always is. Plenty of heart. Rory Jordan's making a run. If Jack Armstrong can find him, Fernandez did enough just to put him off momentarily, and he plays the ball now to Simmons. Jordan's still making the run. Simmons has loved the outside of the boot so far. He tried it again. Unable to get it through Garner, and Sharks get a relieving free kick. .25 minutes or so to go. you're just joining us now, that score on the top left is correct. You're not seeing things. We haven't made a mistake. APIA lead Sutherland by 6 goals to 0. That pass just a little bit under hit. Bazanas hasn't had too much to do. Maybe just to get a couple extra steps up. Get busy. It has been a 5-star performance, or 6-star, I should say, so far from APIA. Sullivan against his former team. Should be great for him. Just get more minutes in the legs. He scored an absolute screamer last week to rescue a point. Hearing rumours that maybe Rory Jordan was claiming that that one gave him a little haircut on the way through. No one was going to take that goal. The man they call Sully. A couple more APIA players getting ready to come on. You could see that man who just passed the ball come off, Adrian Okino. Jack Armson, maybe also a shout for an early shower. Team cruising and 6-0 up. This will give them full of confidence heading into the Easter break. Just the defending champions, reminding everyone why they are the champions in New South Wales. Here comes Sutherland down that left-hand side, looking for Mason Fernandez. Ball's still there. Unable to bring it down was Jackson. And sent away by Kambayashi. Stamatellis has been very good. As always, even in a losing effort. Rory Jordan shouts of offside, and even he moves offside. Alarm bells will be ringing though for Steve Zorich. Very experienced manager, I'm sure. He'll know how to deal with the pressure, but this is a very worrying defeat from the home team. Down 6-0 at the moment. Even if they can add a couple consolations in, but they're not going to do it at the moment. Simmons ventured forward. I think he wants a goal as well because he saw his centre-back partner, Temba Mwatamala, rise at the back post and pinch one and get off the nudie run as well. And for Sutherland stays down, there's a couple players down actually. Gives the players a chance to get a quick drink. Looks like a bit of movement on that bench as well. Beg your pardon, guys, if you heard me swigging down a bit of water as well, but I joined in with the players. It is going to be Luigi Di Troia coming on for the scorer of the first goal, which was an absolute screamer. It will do the rounds on the New South Wales NPL socials. Jordi Segredo making way. Luigi Di Troia coming on. And also Nicholas Azone coming on.
41, Nicholas Azone.
As well, and he's going to get called into action straight away as Jonty Bush tried to get past Azone, who's full of energy and does well to keep that one from trickling out for a corner. A little bit of space now and a low shot. It's McGowan who's had to work off scraps today and had a little bit of space, but drills that one low and hard, and Bazanis was always going to gobble it up in confirmation of a double change from APIA. Josh Simmons won't be getting off the nudie run today. Like his centre-back partner Temba Mwatamalo, he comes off for Nicholas Azone. So Azone and Di Troia on. That is a lovely long ball, and the flag has stayed down. Holds it up for Kambayashi, who deserves a goal, but he's not going to get it there. That was lovely football. Ben Gibson, who held it up, played his left back, who already has an assist. Saya Kambayashi. That was maybe 30 centimeters lower. That would have been the 7th. 7. Can you believe it? APIA 6-0 up. Still plenty of football to be played, which really isn't a good thing if you're a Sutherland Sharks fan at the moment, because it has been all APIA. A dominant display. Could have been different. Maybe score was 1-0. James Kakowski with a good chance, which he sent over the bar, but since then it has just been all APIA. Lovely switch by Okino once again. He's getting some extra minutes, the veteran. With the fresh legs of Detroya. Now links up with Azone. The two substitutes link up and he floats it to the back post. Looking for Rory Jordan. It's still in. Jordan goes down, shouts of a pen. Ref says all ball. Oh, lovely feet, and Mesa Fernandez tried to go again, and Kambayashi said, not today, youngster. That was lovely, though, from Mesa Fernandez. The crowd excited, and they haven't had too much to cheer for so far. Fernandez tried to go quickly. Gowan was in if he didn't. The oldest rules in the book there, the old moving ball. Although get us restarted. Here is Stamatellis, who's found himself in space a couple times today. He's nearly the provider of their first goal, but Maxi Green's header went wide, and it's Rory Jordan who toes it through for Gibson, who manages to get there first. He is on a hat-trick, cuts in on his right foot, he does well. Unselfishly plays it back for Luigi Di Troia. And APIA are in 7th heaven. That is their 7th goal. Ben Gibson, who was on a hat-trick. Very unselfish from him. Like you saw about 15 minutes ago when he tried to tee up Shawnee Simmons. This time he tees up Luigi Di Troia, and the substitute manages to get it past Nenad Vekic, and APIA are in 7th heaven. They lead the home team by 7-0. Incredible. Luigi Di Troia was very good off the bench last week. Comes off once again, and this time gets on the score sheet. Armson plays it through for Gibson, who just had the ball unluckily just run through his legs a couple seconds before, but did get back on the ball now, and Gibson is, I have a feeling, going to be finding himself in that team of the week for round 8. A couple of goals to go with that assist. Zanis, a very quiet afternoon, which I'm sure he wouldn't mind too much, and it could get even worse. Di Troia, who's full of confidence now after that goal, just a little bit overzealous according to our referee. Of course, Mr. Di Troia disagreed. Lovely unselfish work there from Ben Gibson for that 7th goal, and they play it long now. Fernandez, and that would have been another screamer, and we've seen a couple here at Seymour Shaw. Mason Fernandez, who showed off some silky feet, getting it between the legs of Saya Kambayashi about 5 minutes ago, and he nearly had a screamer to go with it, and that would have given these fans something to cheer about. Bazanas put under pressure, and Maxi Green was bearing down on him, and it's fallen now to McGowan. Hasn't had space on too many occasions. This game's been shut down well, and Mabachi just couldn't get there. Lovely work from Gibson once again. He threads it through for Rory Jordan. The substitute holds the ball up, plays Jack Armson, and that one just able to be brought in by Jack Armson, but he does well to win it back. Jordan. You're now just happy to control the ball, recycle it out the back. 7-0 up. Incredible. Mr. Dakota Askew swapped sides. He did start the game on the right. He now finds himself on the left. After the substitution of Nicholas Adzone. Floated in looking for Gibson. Did it take a Sutherland touch? Yes, it did, according to our linesman, as APIA get ready to make another change. It's going to be Alex Denmead to come on. We just saw a substitute score a goal, Luigi Di Troia. Another one getting ready to come on. He's going to have to wait until this corner, though. APIA 7 goals to 0 up. Floated to the middle of the box. There's bodies everywhere. It's Di Troia who floats it to the back post. It was the right idea from the substitute, who does have a goal. And it went over the line, says the linesman. It was a lovely, delicate ball from Luigi Di Troia. And now APIA get the chance to make that change. It's going to be Alex Denmead. Coming on.
Substitution for APIA Leichhardt coming off with features number 16, Temple Guatemala. Coming off with features number 2, Alex Denmead.
Alex Denmead making his way onto the field. There's a little bit of confusion because the board said number 15, which is Temba Guatemala, but Jack Arms has already walked off, high-fiving all the boys. Gave Alex Denmead a high five as well, so Guatemala said, is it me or is it Jack? Looks like Temba Guatemala, who has definitely earned himself an early break, as has Jack Armson. The centre-back's going to stay on.
Number 9, Max Green. Onto the pitch is number 8, Mohammed Ahmed.
And Sutherland making a couple changes as well. Mohammed Ahmed coming on, and Max Green, on what's been a very strange afternoon, finds himself coming off after being subbed on.
Coming off the pitch is number 23, Ethan Devon. Coming onto the pitch is number 14, Chris Linton.
A little bit nervy at the back, but they do well here, Sutherland. Not there, though. Commentator's curse strikes once again. Kambayashi. Kino, it's been a great shift from him. This is the Adrian Okino we know and love today at Seymour Shaw. He's been everywhere. Not getting an early shower either. Guatemala. Falls to Mesa Fernandez. If anyone's going to get a goal for Sutherland, it looks like it's going to be the number 10. He's looked the most likely. McGowan. And that one got trickles out. APIA have made all 5 of their changes now. It'll be no early showers for some of those veterans they got out there, like Adrian Okino and Temba Guatemala, who thought he was getting called off, but he's going to get the full 90. He's already got the goal. His team have a huge 3 points. The result, I'm sure that will shock everyone in New South Wales, because a lot of people expected a response from the home team, the Sharks, something to get their season kick-started, but they're going to have to wait another week. It's been the absolute opposite so far. And their for and against is going to take a battering as well, because they are down by the tune of 7 goals to 0. How about a tough start to 2024 in terms of a draw? Sutherland playing a lot of the top teams so far. They've already played Marconi, of course now playing APIA. They've played Blacktown, Wollongong as well, Western Sydney, a lot of the teams that are in finals contention so far. They'll be here, same time, same place, Saturday afternoon against Hills in, I know it's only round 9, but that is a good old-fashioned 6-pointer. Because Hills came into this round 2 points above them in that log jam of about 5-6 teams that are on 6 points. Last to 10th, only separated by 2 points so far in New South Wales, and last place for another week at least will definitely be the home team. The Sutherland Sharks came in rock bottom, having only scored 5 goals. They've conceded 7 so far, and there's still time to go here for APIA. You have to respect the performance and the response from APIA, who were nowhere near their high standards last week and shown hiccups so far in the start of the season, but I think that's just a testament to how competitive 2024 is going to be in New South Wales. They've played like champions and then some so far this afternoon. Vekic, who sends it long. APIA will be looking to preserve this clean sheet. Sutherland will just be looking for something to take from this game because they have had absolutely nothing to cheer about. APIA, what will be a Sunday afternoon blockbuster down in Wollongong. They travel to play the Wollongong Wolves, who've already knocked off Blacktown in season 2024, and they look like they're going to be in finals contention as well. That'll be a great game next Sunday, and of course the only place to catch it live and free is the Football New South Wales YouTube. APIA came into this round equal on points, but separated by goal difference with the Wolves, who sit in 5th position, but that goal difference is going to get a huge boost after this one because they lead by 7 goals to 0. Sutherland, can they get something? Not going to be off that cross. Rory Jordan sends it away. Balls to Garner, who's hounded by Gibson. He manages to tow it through Detroya, but then Advekic is alert and just sends that one. Looking maybe for the sideline, but it found Kambayashi, but it took a Sutherland bounce, and then just tried to get it through Kambayashi's legs again, and APIA's number 2 said, "Not today, youngster." Incredible performance this from the defending champions APIA Leichhardt Football Club, who lead by 7 goals to 0. 2 goals to Ben Gibson, 1 goal to Jordi Segredo, a goal to Edward Caspers, Temba Moatamalo, and the substitute Luigi Di Troia have APIA in 7th heaven. It's a player from Sutherland who stayed down. The minutes tick away here, about 8 or so to go plus stoppages. Those Sharks players will just be, they'll be dying for that final whistle. Players get a quick drink. I'm going to do the same. Seventh heaven so far for APIA. Lead by 7 goals to 0, and we have some contenders definitely for goal of the week. Maybe even you'll be seeing them in a montage for goal of the season. The first one from Jordi Segredo, beautiful, just textbook outside of the boot. Doesn't get much better than that, but equally impressive in my opinion was Edward Caspers, who controls an absolute rocket launcher of a pass. Manages to take it off his chest and then drive it low and hard. Nothing then Advekic could do about either of them. And then after that, it was just all APIA. Sutherland were definitely in the game in the opening 15 or so minutes. Full of energy. They made a positive start. They were looking to get win number 2 of the season and kick-start 2024, get them off the foot of the ladder. But after Edward Caspers made it 2, it's just been all APIA. Ben Gibson got on the end of a beautiful Seiya Kambayashi move down the left-hand side. Jack Armson made it 4. We hadn't even seen half-time yet. And then in the second half, it was more of the same. Gibson got his second. Temba Muatamalo one of Apia's favourite sons, who's on the ball at the moment. Rose at the back post to head in the 6, and then Luigi Di Troia, the super sub, who was great last week, gets a reward for his positive play by getting the 7th, and Guatemala preserves that clean sheet with a huge block there. Apia showing no signs of taking their foot off the gas, looking to preserve this clean sheet, but then also looking to just add to the punishment of the home team. Garner's going to get caught on the ball there by Jordan. Ukino plays the pass for Gibson. He's going up against Stamatellis. Gibson is on a hat trick. Cuts back in onto his left foot, then onto his right. And Garner got back there and did enough to throw his body in front of the ball. Gibson was going up against the veteran, Mitch Stamatellis, and will remain on a double. Here they are. Chance for the Sharks to get on the score sheet. This might be it. A free kick, says our referee. It remains 7-0. Ben Gibson scored last week. Scored a double this week, which moves him to 5 goals. He's talking about Ben Gibson. He came over from Sydney FC. He was playing in their NPL team last year. Scored a double against APIA in a 4-0 win. Now he calls Leichhardt home. He and Franco Parisi's other new signings have made a huge impact in 2024. Jordi Segredo and Edward Caspers. All 3 of those signings have been a masterstroke, as here Kambayashi gives the free kick away and going to earn himself a spot in the referee's book. I don't know if APIA has a fine system, but that is a little kitty builder right there. A yellow card with the seconds ticking away here at Seymour Shore. And are we going to get 2 inclusions in the book? No, we're not. But we are going to get a Sharks free kick. Chance to get on the scorecard. It would only be their 6th goal of the season. They came in having only scored 5 goals in their opening 7 games. It looks like they're going to be goalless once again, especially after that low free kick. Frustrating afternoon. It could get even worse now. As they burst forward, it's Denmead. Denmead low, hard, and saved by Nenad Vekic. Denmead, the substitute, wanted to join Luigi Di Troia, the other substitute on the score sheet. Sharks committing people forward, caught out at the back there, but Denmead shot was saved by Nenad Vekic. Go short to Adzone. Surely they can't get 8. Jordan goes for the back heel, not that time. McGowan. Haven't seen him in open space on too many occasions, unable to add to his 3 goals this season. Stamatellis, who in a losing effort has probably been the Sharks' best so far. Their skipper doing what he always does, and that's put a shift in. Can't imagine there'll be too many extra minutes added on. Those Sharks players will just be wanting to get out of here and get to next week, and they might cop another goal. Here's Di Troia, who tees it up for Gibson, who's on a hat trick. Getting back there were 2 Sharks defenders, and they set it out for a corner. Not long to go now in regulation time. It's been all APIA from start to finish. Sprinkle in a couple Sharks chances. Mainly one in the first half to Kikowski, but other than that, it has been all APIA. Lead by 7-0, and they might get more here from this corner. Kambayashi to deliver it straight at Nenad Vekic, who palms it away to Mason Fernandez. Chance for him to show off those silky feet once again. Guatemala gets back there for APIA. So Sutherland, as I mentioned now, have got to get this game out of their memory, just into the rear view, and focus on next week. They face newly promoted Hills in a good old-fashioned 6-pointer here at Seymour Shore. You'll be thinking about that trip to Wollongong, where they take on a team who may be challenging them for the title this year in 2024, the Wolves. Now APIA in no rush to take this free kick. And why would they be? Because they are up by 7 goals to 0. Incredible scoreline. And it's been an incredible performance from Franco Parisi's team. Gibson, will he be stranded on 2 goals? He's been unselfish on a couple of occasions, and we've got 2 balls on the field. Referee plays on. Now, second ball is eventually sent into row F here at Seymour Shore. Can the home team get something?
3 minutes added on. 3 minutes.
3 minutes of added time here. I don't think you'll have any complaints from anyone supporting the home team so far. They'll just want to get out of here and focus on next week. The season hasn't even really started yet, because we're only 8 games into a 30-week season. So plenty of time for the Sharks. Of course, last place gets automatically relegated, and then 15th goes into that promotion relegation playoff with 2nd place in League One. And of course, the man who's on the ball there, Jay McGowan, played for St George FC, who were the winners of the promotion relegation playoff last season, defeating Mount Druitt. But it has not been the Sharks' day so far. Can they get a consolation here? Not today. Okino has been rock solid, and he plays Rory Jordan. Kambayashi's making the overlapping run, and he finds him. Saya Kambayashi. And the flag is up from the linesman. And they go long, looking for Mason Fernandez. It's heavy challenge from Rory Jordan, and a card from the referee, but it will be a Sharks free kick. And live score over on that other game taking place at Belmore. It's Sydney Olympic 2, Wollongong 2. So both these teams will have an eye on that. Of course, Olympic towards the bottom of the table. And it's McGowan in a little bit of space. Tees it across goal. Unable to get a touch on that. And it's just been that type of day for Sutherland. Bouncing ball sent high into the sky. As I said, Sutherland may have eyes on Sydney Olympic, who find themselves, a club like Sydney Olympic, way too close to the relegation zone. And Wollongong Wolves could be a title challenger for APIA, who are in cruise control, 7-0 up. Gibson looks like he might be stranded on 2 goals. He's been unselfish on 1 or 2 occasions. A great performance from him and the rest of this APIA team on what has been an absolute demolition here at Seymour Shore. A clinic from start to finish, as the defending champions remind everyone why they are the defending champions. You don't need to adjust your headset, because APIA have won by 7 goals to 0 against the Sutherland Sharks. Still plenty of football to be played in 2024 for the Sharks. They will look to next week, get this out of their memory quick, because they've got a 6-pointer against Hills. But on this Easter Saturday here at Seymour Shore, it's been all APIA. They've defeated the Sutherland Sharks by 7 goals to 0. My name is Adamo Denegris. On behalf of everyone at Football New South Wales, happy Easter, and we'll see you soon.